Hello, this is Jeff with Building America, Aerial Mapping and Photography. I'd like to go over Drone Deploy's interface for the client, just so the client has a little better understanding of how to navigate through Drone Deploy. And a side note here, I also have Agisoft Metashape and Pix4D Mapper for photogrammetry software, and they both work great, but I find myself going back to Drone Deploy. I really like it. It works great, it's accurate, and it has a user-friendly interface to it, which makes it easy. So I want to go over this project here. This is EOS Gym here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This was near the end of construction, and I just want to show you, this is the ortho mosaic view. We can zoom in, we can zoom in, zoom in. And we'll go over the model view in a second, but I just wanted to go over this. So this is the, like I said, ortho mosaic or topo view, and what makes these maps so accurate, and this is with any software, is the ground control points that I lay out in the field and record them with a GNS receiver, a high-end receiver, survey grade, same tools as the surveyors use on the construction site. I believe this map has 4 ground control points. It's not a huge map, but typically on a map this size you use between 4 and 5 ground control points. This is a scale constraint. It's called a sky ruler. The sky ruler is 5 feet long, so here's where I measured it. So if I click on this annotation, brings up horizontal length, which is 5.04 feet. And I just want to go over some of the tools with you. So you got location, which tells you your lat long and elevation, distance, which tells you your distance, slope, area, which tells you your area, volume, and count. We'll go over these tools more in depth here in a second. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. So we're looking at the orthomosaic view. So if you want to measure distance, click here, here, click, and then click one more time to end it. That's where you're ending it. So you got your horizontal length, your surface length, your slope, which is very important, and your vertical height. Your vertical height is the change in height from where you started to where you ended. That's the makeup. And let's delete that. And if we go over here, you see I got some points laid out already. So if I click this point, it tells you your coordinates and your elevation. So another thing, if you don't want to see all the annotations on the map, all you do is click here. You can turn them off, and you can turn them on. The tools are easy to use, very simple. And if you go to map details right here, you can open this up. It's going to give you some options. You can crop. Calibration, don't mess with that. That's already been done with the ground control points. And all maps I produce are used with ground control points. Tells you your accuracy. Our accuracy is very good, and if you want to get further in depth, you go into the map processing report, and then you can download that in a PDF. You can print it out or whatever and get really in depth, with everything and how it was processed. We're not going to have time to go into that. It goes into greater detail, but what we will do is look some more here. So I just want to show you this inspection tool. If you click that, it's going to bring up all the photos that were taken for this project. They're also over here. You can go through them. But you can click on any one of these photos and get an inspection view of the area. So we clicked on that photo. We can zoom in and get a real close shot, do an inspection of this unit, the condensate drain, skylight, electrical, you name it. So let's get out of this. Oops. So let me show you this in a different different manner here. So let's check out the model. Click over here to go into HD mode, high definition, and it's going to take a second. It's going to load, and you get to see the site in 3D, which is very cool. And again, you can also use all these tools in your 3D model. So we're just going to wait for it to load, have a look around. This model, this map turned out pretty good. It's not bad, but I definitely want to show you the inspection tool, and this is what I really like. You can see all the pictures that were taken and all the angles that the photographs were taken in, which is really cool. You know, we can zoom in here. Look, let's click on this one. See, it brings you in. You can zoom in, inspect this condensate line, electrical. You know, again, the unit, the RTU, skylights. You can, you know, get a real good picture of what's going on here. Very, very, very useful. And you can also write an issue about anything that you might see and create a report off of that, which is really cool. So next, I want to go to a different project I was hired to do. This is a elementary school, and we're looking at the orthomosaic. We're going to zoom in here a little bit, and there's a few things I want to show you. So we're going to click on this stockpile here. When we click on it, it's going to tell us a few things. It's going to tell us our area, our cut, our fill, net volume, material type, which is type 2, and it's very accurate. Very accurate. It's very handy. We'll zoom back out. Again, location markers that I already laid out. It's going to tell you your coordinates and your elevation. And what's cool about this site is I was able to obtain PDF files, blueprint files of the site, contract drawings. And you're able to, in Drone Deploy, overlay those files onto the site. So I'm gonna pull up the C drawings, which is the civil drawings, and boom, here we go. So you're able to overlay these drawings by 3 points of contact and have a very accurate layout, and you're able to see if something's off, you know, something's, for example, here's the storm drains right here. You can tell they're installed exactly per the print. And for as-built's sake, it does not get better than this. This is the best as-built in the business, period. Another example. So the contract drawing is calling for finished floor to be 2066.8. So here's my marker. My marker tells me, and I know it's correct because of the ground control points I laid out, is 2066.32. So that's the actual finished floor elevation, and it's very close to the print and very acceptable. So yeah, I definitely wanted to show you that. That's a big advantage Drone Deploy has over other softwares, as you can do this all in Drone Deploy without third-party applications. So here's another example of a map I did of a single home with a detached shop garage. This one turned out really nice. I just did this one the other day, actually. I had 5 ground control points. You can see them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My scale constraint, my launch pad, my vehicle, you know, everything. This map turned out pretty good. Let's take a look at the model. Again, we'll go to HD. And on this one, I just wanted to show you the model, let you check it out. and go over exporting, because there's so much you can do. A little more about this house is it's a custom home. It has a flat roof with roof drains. You zoom in, you can see the roof drains. It has a custom HVAC system that's not normal to residential homes. You can see the shop. Turned out pretty good. But this I want to go over with you, exporting. So if we hit export, right now the layer is 3D model and the file type is OBJ. So if we click here, we can go on orthomosaic. That's your topo or ortho view. And your file type, you got GeoTIFF, JPEG, and PDF. So we have plant health. So our options are orthomosaic, plant health, elevation, digital terrain model, 3D model, and point cloud. So let's take a look at digital terrain model. So if we click that, that's going to come up here and it's going to show us all of our elevations. And then when we export this, we want to go to map projection. Since we're in Las Vegas, Nevada, we want to look up 6521 is what everything was recorded in. And then max, so you can pick your resolution, max available 1.09. And then you have different options there also. So again, we can go back. Let's go to point cloud. You can take a look at the point cloud. File type, LAS, XYZ, and Autodesk. And you can see the point cloud here. And the point cloud is important because it's how everything is constructed in the software. You know, you can see it's still loading and loading. It takes a little while to load, but you know, your point cloud is very usable in a lot of different ways. But these are the different types, you know, of exports, and you can export these out and use them in other softwares like Autodesk, like Bluebeam, BIM 360, and there's many more. Procore, the list goes on and on. So let's get out of this view. Let's take a look at. Let's get off exports. Yeah, let's just look at the elevation here. So you know, this is really cool. You can see, you know, the low spots are blue, the higher spots are in red. You can see the slope of the land, you know, where the rainfall is going to go. You know, this tells you a lot of information. See, this says terrain only. I can click that off, and you know, it'll show you the house. This is a different view of looking at it. Again, you know, if you don't want to see annotations, you can click those off. Any issues, you can go back to your map details. There's also a lot of third-party applications that Drone Deploy uses. One in particular is called Roof Report. So it doesn't matter if it's commercial roof, residential roof, whatever. I can build you a report on this roof that will show you everything, every measurement, anything you want to know about this roof, every pitch, angle, a full bill of materials that you could bid the roof for if this was like an older building and it needed a new roof. The roof report tool is just awesome for that. Like, again, it tells you everything you want to know about this roof, including all the materials needed to redo the roof. So this is my short and quick as I can get it run through of how to use Drone Deploy. I hope it makes sense and hope it helps you better understand how to navigate through everything. Signing off, Jeff with Building America. Thank you.